Minions is moving out.
I thought you guys might like to hear Arendi do a little trash talking, and I had no idea that I was going to be able to actually back up her big talk in this gameplay that you're seeing right here. Hello everyone, my name is RadTechShoe, and I'd like to bring you some Battleborn open beta gameplay. And I actually get to go ham and tear it up with my favorite character in the entire game, Arendi. I love this little girl. She is just chaos incarnate in a small, fun-sized, travel-sized package, and it is time to tear it up. What I'd like to talk to you about is a little bit of Arendi's lore in her backstory as one of the characters here in Battleborn, as well as go over some basic tips and tricks that I have found to be very effective while playing as Arendi in player versus player. So let's get right into her backstory. Arendi is from a race of creatures that are known as Veramorphs. Now, Veramorphs are not all the same. They're actually very unique in that what the studies about them have discovered is that the Veramorphs actually vary greatly in appearance and abilities. They're actually unique in that they are able to manipulate their own evolution willfully. They are able to manipulate it willfully, and that's how people like Orendi came forth, able to grow multiple arms and the ability to shoot lasers out of her hands. She is able to manipulate her evolution and just as however she fits. If she wants the ability to grow, 4 arms, she can do that. It takes time. It is very slow. It's a slow, meticulous process, but it can be done willfully. The Veramorphs are a very unique race in that respect, and it is one of the reasons why no two Veramorphs look identical or very similar. The only traits that Veramorphs seem to have in common with one another is black skin with white splotches on it, and if you'll notice that when you look at a character shot or any concept art of Arendi, her skin is mostly black. She is not wearing any stockings or pantyhose or anything like that. This is her bare skin. Well, it is just pitch black with a few white blotches on one of her arms, and her face is white. But this is a trait that all Veramorphs seem to share, apparently. And another trait they share is black, wiry hair. And one trait that they all share is not a physiological trait, but more of a psychological trait, and that is they seem to have a severe lack of respect for authority. They don't like order or authority. They are literally weapons of destruction. They just love to wreak havoc and destroy and unleash chaos. And maybe that's why Orendi is known as the Chaos Witch. She just loves to blow shit up and destroy everything around her. She does not hesitate to destroy, as well as one of the audio clips you'll hear the essence of chaos, which is one of the lore background pieces of information she possesses when you unlock that. It's a trial hearing of Arendi in court, and as the judge is trying to read off the sentences and what crime she's guilty of and stuff like that and the charges, she just destroys the whole courtroom, blows things up, and the judge is trying to add on and rack up charges, saying, okay, we're now increasing your charges, and Arendi just does not care. She does not give a shit about order or lawful, anything lawful or righteous or anything like that. She just wants to destroy and wreak havoc. And that is one of the traits about her that I seem to like. She is literally built for that purpose, and that's how I play with her. One of the things you're seeing me do right here is I am constantly playing aggressive as Arendi, but I play in a tactical manner. Arendi is not someone you can literally rush into the head of battle with and just take on all comers. Arendi is kind of like a semi-aggressive, engine of destruction. You have to play smart, you have to pick your spots. Now, one of the best things about Arendi is her Chaos Pillar. Her R1 ability, that is her bread and butter. That is what you use a majority of the time to unleash the most amount of damage. And right here, I'm taunting the person who killed me. And by the way, that death you saw earlier, that is the only death I have in this game. I tear it up, and I literally have one of the best games I've ever had. I haven't played too much PvP. I haven't played a whole lot of versus in Battleborn, but I am going to play a lot more of it now with other characters. But I'm going to play a little bit more with Arendi, try and get a better feel for her. Because you'll notice there are certain things I screw up on. I do screw up on a couple of areas, but then there are some areas where I just hit on all cylinders. And right here, you're going to see me, this is one of the tactical parts. I was losing a battle, I didn't like it, so I retreated. I retreated over here to my healing station, and watch this. This guy follows me, and he's already weak, so he pushes, he does not pay attention, he recklessly charges me, and I managed to kill him right before I'm about to die. That is one of the most important things you can do with Arendi, is to play tactically. You have to, and know when to retreat, know when to recognize an unfavorable situation and just say, you know what, back off, go to a healing station if possible, regroup, let your abilities cool down. And right here, as you can see, I'm brought back into battle. This guy stops, and I almost finish him off right here with a Chaos Pillar. But as you can tell right here, Arendi is about picking your spots and you just abusing Chaos Pillar. One of the best things about Chaos Pillar is it has a somewhat short cooldown, but one of her inherent abilities is Gnosis. Gnosis is the ability, whenever Arendi uses her L1 ability, Nullify, it attacks the enemy, it knocks Arendi back, it gives her distance, which is what she wants. She does not want to be in a melee range. You want to be at this range right here, where you're at just outside of melee range, you know, but a little bit on the close end of mid-range. You want to pick off your enemies like right here at this range, and just sometimes you can rush up. If you rush up to use Nullify, it is a great method for gaining distance, but as well as damaging them with Nullify. But one of the best things is her Gnosis ability is that when she uses Nullify, it reduces the cooldown of her Chaos Pillar by approximately 8 seconds. That is amazing. So you can activate Chaos Pillar, shoot off a couple melee shots with R2, then if your opponent gets close, activate Nullify, back up a little bit, and then unleash Chaos Pillar again, and the cooldown will have already reset, because it doesn't take long to use Chaos Pillar after, as you can see right here, I use Nullify, and then bam, my Chaos Pillar has already been reset. So abusing Chaos Pillar is definitely one of the most important aspects of playing with Arendi. You need to use Chaos Pillar, get proficient at it, it's her bread and butter ability. Gnosis is a great inherent ability to take advantage of, and as you can see right here, I'm going to utilize the left aspect, I chose to reduce the cooldown time of Chaos Pillar even further. So now it becomes even faster. My recharge ability, my cooldown for Chaos Pillar is even shorter, and I not only choose to reduce the cooldown of Chaos Pillar, but I eventually also choose to reduce the cooldown of Nullify. By reducing the cooldowns of the abilities of Chaos Pillar and Nullify, you increase the frequency of using them, thus allowing you to do more damage. That is what Arendi is about. I prefer to have faster cooldowns and status effects, like status ailments like blinding or knocking someone back, over shield penetration. That's just me personally, because if the more often I can use them, the more damage I can do. So for me, it's all about spamming Chaos Pillar, using Nullify when necessary, picking my spots, and then every now and then hit them with Paradigm Shift. And Paradigm Shift is not too bad, but it takes a long time and it shoots straight forward, and sometimes you can just flat out miss with it. But like I said, you need to pick your spots, know when to retreat, and right here I choke. Right here I come up on this Arendi, and I thought maybe, you know, I didn't need to use Chaos Pillar to beat her. I thought, you know, I could kill her. But for some reason, I just could not hit her right here, and she actually manages to run away. She actually gets away from me, and that kind of irritated me. But it's okay, we're going to kill her later. But for right now, like you see, my health is low, and I'm like, okay, time to go get more health. And once I'm back in the fray, I get plenty of assists. And this is what I've noticed the role of Arendi. Before this gameplay, I kind of came to a conclusion. Arendi is the type of character you want to go in, hit them with your abilities, hit them with Chaos Pillar, then Nullify, then Chaos Pillar again, and maybe a Paradigm Shift, and then back away. Don't stay in the fray. Don't stay in the front of the group ahead of the combat. Arendi is kind of a mid-range, pick your spot fighter, use all of her abilities, and then back off and try and keep your distance. Now, that's real. Now, some people might disagree with me, but I found her to be very useful when it comes to picking spots, dealing damage, and then keeping your distance. And the only time I will push is like right here, when I have a huge health advantage. And that's really all there is to it. You have to pick your spots, use Chaos Pillar, like right there, and then, you know what, have a little fun and do a little taunt. But Arendi is, in my opinion, from what I've experienced with her, playing with her throughout this beta, Arendi is the type of character that you want to hit her, use her abilities, spam her abilities, because her melee, where her 4 arms are shooting, it's not the best. And right there, you saw that I cast Chaos Pillar. It made him back off. I didn't want him to continue advancing, casting Chaos Pillar in front of me, using it as a shield to keep my opponent away, to the point where my opponent's like, oh shit, I can't run into that. You know what? He forced him to back off. And right here, I recharged I got all my health back, I came back, Chaos Pillar, a few melees, bam! Picked off that guy who was trying to chase me down earlier. And like I said, It's about picking your spots. Don't push too hard. Right there, you can see I can chase. I could give chase to that character, but I'd be going deep into enemy territory. I don't like it. Recognize when to pick your spots. Right here, you know, he goes invisible. I realize he's got to be charging me, so I do that right there, and I'm like, if you're going to continue charging me, you're going to take a shit ton of damage. And right there, he backs off yet again. Arendi is very good at backpedaling while continually dealing damage, excuse me. And right here, as you can tell, I'm not right there. Gain some distance, nullify, chaos pillar, put him away. Bam. Right there. That's what Arendi is good at. Dealing mid-range damage, you know, at the close end of mid-range, and just keeping the distance, spamming her abilities. If you're all out of her, if her abilities have all been drained and you're waiting for all of them to refresh, and you're just down to your R2 melees, you're not playing Arendi right. You gotta pick your spots, use her abilities, spam them, deal damage, and then sometimes, you know what, just let your teammates pick up the kill, you'll get the assist. In this gameplay, I had more assists than anyone else on my team. I played Arendi very carefully, very tactically. I retreated a lot to get health. This is like the 4th time I have retreated to this healing station in this game alone. But you know what? I haven't died except for the one time at the beginning of the game, and if you were paying attention to how I was playing, I played very aggressively, and I rushed an enemy healing station by myself, and there were 2 enemies. There was one at the start, but a second one came along and helped the other one finish me off. So I played too aggressively, but right here, I dealt damage to this guy, I come around here, deal some Chaos Pillar, nullify, get some distance, and me and my teammate, we just take this guy out. I get the assist yet again, but this is how you play with Arendi, in my opinion. You rush in, you deal damage, you get the hell out. That's what Arendi is for. Only in situations like this, where you've got a severe advantage over your opponent, and like the advantage I have right here is my opponent is huge. He's slow. He is not able to fight evasively. I can dance circles around Toby all day long. Right here, I totally botched the Chaos Pillar. But you know what? It's all about picking your spots, picking your targets, you know, choosing... Okay, and right here, I try to also take advantage of the map. It wouldn't let me build a laser gun. I was trying to build a laser gun, but you know what? I just couldn't... the game wouldn't let me do it. So I try and deal damage. I almost kill Arendi, but then I notice, oh shit, it's Reyna. Reyna is right here. She is not, you know, I don't like the situation. I'm at half health. They're still shooting at me. I zigzag, I run away, and I go back and I get some more health. Recognize the disadvantageous situations. Retreat. We have the lead. It's okay to retreat. And right here, watch this. I come back to the situation. They've taken over that side of the map, as expected. I was the last person over there. I retreated. I got away. I take out the cannon, and now watch this. Toby and Reyna are over here, and Reyna pops this huge shield, and I just keep hammering away. She hides in the shield, and I'm like, okay, Chaos Pillar, bam, put her away. Pick your spots. Don't hesitate to use the high ground. Don't hesitate to cherry pick your battles. Don't hesitate to play randomly aggressive. Now right here, I almost choked. I should have cast Chaos Pillar first, because I thought he was AFK, and I thought, oh, I'll just run up and melee, you know, just use all my basic R2 abilities. I almost get killed here because I missed with both Chaos Pillars. This was a bad spot for me. My shield is gone. I have no more abilities. This is one of those situations where I should not have won. I literally should not have won. I had no more abilities left, but I'm guessing that my opponent did not either, and I got lucky. And right here, all my abilities have come back. I cast Chaos Pillar yet again as a shield, use it, and now I push ahead, and Toby is going to go down yet again. So like I said, pick your spots, know your battles, know what strengths Arendi is good at. For me, I chose to utilize her speed and her destructive ability. For the augmentations, for all of her helix tree, I chose to reduce cooldown times or choose status ailments like blinding my opponent and knocking them back. That's what I chose. You know, that's what I prefer in my Arendi battles. The last thing I'd like to talk to you all about is the items that I chose to equip with Arendi. I chose to compensate for one of her severe lackings, and that is her health. Her health is actually kind of low. You know, I mean, this is the beta, and we don't know if her health is going to be, you know, any higher or lower, you know, once the game comes out in May. But I feel like Arendi has very low health, and it's actually not too hard to kill her, especially if you're caught in front of a bunch of enemies. You know, especially like for instance, when Wraith uses his triangle and he does his tornado spin, that can kill Arendi when she's at full shield and full health. So Arendi can die very easily. So I chose a vest that gives that gave Arendi like an extra 400 health, you know, and that proved to be very beneficial. I managed to survive because of that several times. I also chose to give Arendi some shoes to increase her movement speed because Arendi is a speed character, so why not play to her strengths, not just only to her weaknesses. So I compensated for her low health with the vest, but I decided to increase Arendi's movement speed just a little bit. If it makes me just a little bit harder to kill, then perfect. Because Arendi just needs to deal... Arendi can deal enough damage to kill enemies. It's all about her living long enough to do so. And last I'd like to talk about is, you know what, for the third item, you can use a glove or anything to increase damage if you want. It's really up to you. I don't care which. But it's really... Arendi is kind of flexible, and she's really pretty much a good damage machine. She, as you can see right here, I got 16 kills, 1 death. The guy right above me went 18-0. Me and him just beasted up. The guy right below me went 15-3. He didn't do too bad either. But as you can see right here, Arendi did not do too bad in a lot of fields. I didn't have the most damage overall, but you know what? I definitely stayed alive. Probably, you know, with the exception of the guy who went flawless, I stayed alive the longest. I died once early on, and that was it. And that's really all you have to do, is you have to pick your spots with Arendi, deal damage, rush in, deal a shit ton of damage, and then back off, and whatever you didn't kill, let your teammates finish off, and then you move on from there. That's how I found to play with Arendi. Some people might not like it, but I've had a lot of good results with that. And that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys all later.